What's going on, everybody? My name is Drogdor, and welcome back to the APA. This is week number 8, I believe, and my opponent is PlatinumHowler, the head honcho of the Delta Gligars, who is another undefeated team. Necrozma, Weavile, Heliolist, Torkoal, Dubwool, bah! And the Caparajah. It's basically another undefeated team that I gotta go up against. So I've got Incineroar, because I mean, look, Weavile, Necrozma, Rocky Helmet, Mudsdale for just, being cool, and that's another check to, thing. Gigantamax Gengar, because that actually does extremely well versus my opponent's team. Scarfed Mr. Vish, Corvid19, Choice Specs Trace, Gardevoir, because there was that Sun Core on my opponent's team that I was like, it might come, it might not, it kind of ruins Vish. But it's like, if I can trace the Chlorophyll, there's like a Venusaur on this team, if I can trace that Chlorophyll and just like do Specs Moonblasts on everything, that would be amazing. Basically, Incineroar is going to be like super important for me. Mr. Vish can get some big kills on here too, but honestly, gamers, this was a game that going into it, I was like, yeah, I got no chance to survive, make my time at all. Undefeated team, heckin' Weavile. I just was like, you know what, let's just go YOLO swag it, it was, yeah. So I believe I led with my Mudsdale to get up some rocks, because Weavile, I need damage on that. Unless Weavile is something like Adamant Choice Man, Gengar can live a knockoff from it and Bamboozle with Focus Mist, but it's not Focus Mist, it's the I have to be Gigantamax. So we see how much damage that Photon Geyser does, as I am able to get up my rocks. I was debating going for a Roar. I didn't know if my opponent wanted to get cheeky and start setting up turn 0, but I was like, you know what, I want rocks. So I saw that Photon Geyser, Mudsdale dies to another one, that's heckin' powerful. Necrozma is gross. So I'm going to go into my Dark type Pokemon, which is extremely important, otherwise it would just be spamming the Photon Geyser. So Lucina comes in, and who genned my team this week? Who was it? Oh wait, it was my genner this week was the GrandMaster D.Rey, who yeah, it was probably my fault for not insisting that Lucina be a grill. So this is a imposter Lucina. I mean, if this was Mid who genned my team again, shout out to Mid for genning lots of my teams, I would have been livid. But yeah, it's fine. It's not going to make a difference in the long run. So I'm debating, do I go for the Darkest Lariat here? Do I go for a U-turn right here? I was kind of predicting a switch, but look, it stayed in, so I made the right call. How about that? That crit, it still did nothing. I'm going to go for a big Darkest Lariat right here. And it's going to, yeah, just look at that damage to Necrozma. Wow. I'm looking at what actually wants to take a hit from this at the following turn, and I'm not really seeing it. Necrozma definitely doesn't want to stay in here, so this is the turn that I click U-turn. This is the U-turn that I click turn. Yeah, words. I am bad at them. If any of my plays make very little sense this game, trust me, I know. It's not that I didn't want to win, I obviously wanted to win. Every play that I made, I believe, was to ensure victory. But let's just also say that there was a 90s alternative rock blasting in my gaming room / home office, and that I was a little bit not distracted, just more interested in having a good time, let's say. So I go for a U-turn, so that Necrozma stayed in, which is interesting. So now I'm debating, do I go for Mr. Vish and just go for a Fishy Wren? Do I go for Gengar? But I don't want to take Gengar, because like I said, if I get any damage on it, that even a Jolly Band or like Adamant Scarf Weavile can do damage. I need Gengar to be at full. I'm seeing the amount of damage that it can do to Corvid-19, and it's nothing. Like, you can't do anything to me, guy. I also want to defog my Rocks away, because like I mentioned in the builder, not in the Crossman, that's in the Crossman, I have Incineroar, incredibly important. That Intimidate is huge. My stabs do so much damage to my opponent's team, so yeah, it's probably not the optimal Corviknight set. Like, this is this Pokemon that I inherited. It's not one that I chose for myself. It's one of those things that I know it's extremely good, but I'm just bad, so I can't use it properly. That plus Mudsdale. But the team that I drafted for the next season of TTL is heckin' amazing, and is much more to my bulky style, which stay tuned for that draft analysis. That did like 4. So, yeah, Torkoal is actually kind of a menace for me. I did take note that that was heavy duty boots, because my rocks are still up, and I'm thinking maybe I go into Mudsdale here, maybe I stay in and defog, maybe I go into Incineroar, but my AV is gone, which is annoying. So look at me having trouble switching into a Torkoal. I'm having trouble switching into a Torkoal. Oh geez, why did I even click there? I completely forgot, and I wasn't paying attention to my own screen here. Okay, yeah, so I did go Mudsdale. Yeah, okay, cool. Horse is in, Rocks, and he goes for the Euro Ball, which doesn't do a ton. So yeah, and after a stamina boost, like, you know, I'm thinking like, okay, cool. And he gets the Rocky Helmet, so that's cool. I could go for a Roar. I can go for a Body Press. I wish I had Earthquake. I don't know why I don't have Earthquake on Mudsdale. His team doesn't have a ground resist. So after I get that defense boost, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get, like, you know, cheeky and go for this. He probably thinks I have Earthquake, or maybe doesn't. For some reason I thought Weavile would come in here. I forget what exactly made me think that would be the exact switch, but I was like, yeah, Weavile's coming in. I'm gonna catch it with a Body Press. That's gonna be super cool. And let's see, yeah, I don't know why I didn't have EQ on Mudsdale. I've got a really weird spread on it. Like, maybe my head just wasn't really into building for this particular week. I just kind of looked at the matchup and like threw in the towel even before team preview and building. So yeah, he does withdraw into what though? A Heliolisk. And I'm like, okay, I've got Body Press. It had, oh yeah, it was Air Balloon. That's why he would switch into the Heliolisk, because it was predicting the Earthquake. It had the Air Balloon. See, I didn't catch that in the battle. I was confused by that for a minute, but yeah. So I made the play that made absolutely 0 sense. My opponent made the good prediction. I made the bad play, but somehow I got rewarded for that by being up 6-5 early. But we all know what happens when you're up 6-5 early. Or not. So, yeah, I don't know why I don't have Earthquake on Mudsdale. It's, yeah, a really weird spread. This is another Pokemon. It's like, how do I use it? It's cool. It's a Horse-sized rock. Stamina's a nice ability. Like, whenever I'm doing mock battles and it's and I'm building with Mudsdale, I always find it fun. But when I'm using it for myself, it's like, like, okay, it doesn't have reliable recovery. That's what it is. Whereas Corviknight has Roost. This has question mark. It doesn't have the good recovery move, which is kind of why Mudsdale lets me down in general. So who comes in here? Ah, yes, the Weavile. The Weavile that is took a round of rocks, which is excellent. And I could definitely go down to an ice move right here, or I could do Intimidate from Incineroar and click literally any move. Oh, why did I go for Corviknight right here? Ah. Oh, do I have Body Press on Corviknight too? For some reason I was like so obsessed with bringing Body Press on everything in this game. So, Rocks, you know, kind of ruined me. as Weavile goes for Icicle Crash. That would have done so little damage to Incineroar, but it does. Oh my god. You see that damage? Do you see that damage? I did some calculations. That Weavile is banded. That or my damage calc didn't work, but yeah. After seeing that, I'm like, oh no, Weavile is banded. That means Gengar can't live a hit from it. So I gotta make sure to keep my Incineroar around for such a time that I need Weavile's attack to go down to like win with Gengar later on. So the Torkoal is in right here. It has finally it comes in and then the sun goes away the next turn. So okay, the smart thing to do here would have been not click Defog, but yeah, I clicked Defog. So I was looking at what I got, and I'm like, Incineroar is important. I don't want to be taking like, you know, more and more rounds of rocks all the time. But I should have also seen like my opponent has that Weavile, which needs to get chipped down so that I can take it out. But you know, and it's like my rocker is super weak, his rocker is still around, and probably just wasn't the smartest thing, but in my mind at that point I was like, Incineroar is gonna be the winner, which it well, yeah, I'm looking back and trying to justify why I made the bad plays that I did, and yeah, whatever. So who do I go into here? I went into Mr. Vish because I know okay, switching in Dracovish on a Lava Plume, it's like, yeah, I quad resisted, but it could have burned me right there. And oh man, I didn't get burned, but had I gotten burned right there, I would have been like kicking myself so hard. I see no switch-ins to a Fishy Rend, I see no switch-ins to an Earthquake. I'm gonna click Fishy Rend, see what my opponent wants to go into. Torkoal obviously is just like, bye. And the double comes in, and I'm like, okay, cool. So Fishy Rend happens, and wow, double is chunky. Like, wow, double is chunky. It's got Rocky Helmet, so yeah, that's a decent switch into my Vish, but I'm gonna go into my Corviknight because I'm looking at things that double can do to me, and wow, they don't exist. I said I'm gonna go into my Corviknight. I said I'm gonna go into my Corviknight. Oh, I guess I'm going into Mudsdale. Maybe I'm gonna get another round of rocks up or something. So that's his switch for Dracovish, but now I know that the next time I go for Fishy Rend, if double comes in, I can take it out with 2 Fishy Rends. So it goes for the Thunder Wave, so yeah, I'm actually glad that I went into Mudsdale right here. Now, a smart move right here would be to click Rocks again, or Body Press, I guess. I guess I'm gonna click Body Press. I should have clicked Rocks right there. Man, why I gotta make these bad plays? And when I'm playing Pokemon, like, hindsight is 20/20 though. Like, I know the outcome of the game, so I know the optimal plays that should have been made. But anyway, double leaves. Necrozma comes back in, and Body Press is going to do like 4 to this thing. So that's why I got up Rocks, because he's obviously going to click his own Rocks now, and that's just going to be annoying for all of us. I'm going to click Roar, or what did I click? Yeah, I'm going to click Roar just in case he wants to set up, because I was really afraid of a setup Necrozma. Like, it gets like every kind of setup move. Like, what does it get? Like Swords Dance, Acid Armor, Calm Mind, Tail Glow, Quiver Dance, Dragon Dance, Swords Dance, like all the dances. It probably gets Torture Dance too. But instead he clicked Rocks right there, which, yeah, that's annoying. But at least I, you know, got it out of there. See, that's why I should have clicked my own Rocks. Because Weavile would be at half now. And it would have been so much easier to deal with. So instead I'm just going to hope that I can live a hit and go for Body Press. Because I'm just not in the mood to keep Horse around anymore. And so how many minutes into the battle far are we? We're getting close to the, like, what, 15-minute mark of the battle, and it's still, only one Pokemon has gone down at this point, and another one is about to go down, because, yeah, spoilers, there's no way that Mudsdale is going to live a hit from the Weavile. Like, yeah, no chance, not going to happen. Like, even knockoff, it's just like, I'm gone. But Rocky Helmet still kicks in. That's a nice, like, almost half-gone Weavile. And now going to Incineroar. Yeah, no, go back, yes, click Incineroar. It's like, no, I mean, I guess Dracovish would be okay. Fine, but that Incineroar would have just been, like, the freest U-turn of the world. Like, Weavile's getting out of there. Dracovish would have been able to come in next turn anyway, but yeah, right here, the switch into Fish's Rend doesn't exist. Like, yeah, just try to let something survive. This Fish's Rend, like, is not gonna happen. Like I mentioned, double dies to two of them. Like, yeah, okay, yeah, I get Rocky Helmeted, but if that means there's no more, like, thick, woolly sheep, like, that's fine. I'm gonna click Fishy Rend again. Like, yeah, bye-bye. If you want to switch to something else and let Double live, like, that's up to you. That's gonna go down too. So for once in my life, Dracovish is doing something, which I'm pretty happy about that. Like, yay, Dracovish got its first kill. Yay, let's clap for Dracovish. Yay. And yeah, now he's looking for another switch to the Vish, which, yeah, I'm looking, like, where is it? Like, I don't think it exists. Like, Vish can just keep clicking buttons, that's what it's good at. And I am Choice Scarf, and recalling my opponent's team, like, what was it? Weavile was the fastest thing, but I think that's already been proven to not be Scarfed. Double is down, Heliolisk is down. This is the, oh right, the elephant. This can probably live a Rend, but I'm gonna go into Lucina, go into Incineroar. Or yeah, I guess I could go into Corvid right here. Body Press is doing a chunk. But yeah, Incineroar is gonna do incredibly well versus the rest of my team. If Vish can lock itself into Earthquake, that would be amazing as well. And wow, look, I have 6 HP left, and I'm gonna die to literally anything this thing goes for. Yeah, like, just like that. But now Incineroar is free to come in. I can go for a big, oh wait, or should I go into Mr. Vish and click Earthquake? I can click Earthquake with Incineroar too, or I can click Focus Mist with Gengar. I have a lot of options versus this Caporaga. Which one am I going to click? Also, Gardevoir hasn't hit the field yet. Like, its matchup is honestly not that great. I just was looking for something that could take a Specs Moonblast, and, like, well, Caporaga could. But it's a very just not good team for Gardevoir, so it's just completely extraneous. So, I should have clicked Earthquake right here, but I saw Flare Blitz just, like, doing so much damage that this thing, like, just has no chance to survive, make its time at all. I mean, nothing can really switch into a Flare Blitz right here. Except what, like a Torkoal? Is that what he's going in for? Or no, he's going into the Necrozma? Like, that's not surviving a Flare Blitz. Like, you kidding me? Probably should have gone for U-turn right there. But yeah, Necrozma goes down, and apparently that's the first time that my opponent's Necrozma has ever fainted all season. So even if Weavile comes in right here and just sweeps me, like, I consider that a win. Like, number one, it didn't get 10-0'd, like all of my other opponents, former opponents. Like, my opponent is like, what, 7-0 plus 70? Like, 10-0's, and it's like, I took down the Incineroar, the Heliolisk, like, that's, man, you don't consider that a win? Jeez, I'm doing amazing. I'm the best in the world at this. But Choctaw, you haven't won a game in 5 games. Yeah, I know. That's but you know what? At least in this battle, it felt, for a brief moment, it felt like winning. And that's what it feels like right now. It feels like winning. I can actually see myself pulling through with this. Like, if I can get Man, I wish I still had rocks up on my side of the field. If I can, like Mr. Vish still, like, absolutely goes in. Even with this, this drought up. I actually saw this as an opportunity to, let's see, what did I think the Torkoal was going to go for right here? But either way, I'm switching into my Gardevoir right here because I see this as like a chance for Specs Gardevoir to actually do something. This Torkoal is, you know, pretty low, like one of my big moves can hit and stuff. Rocks do their thing. I get the drought, but that doesn't really matter. Body press, that's gonna do like 3 to me, even with Torkoal's like infinity defense dash. Then I remembered this thing has Gyro Ball, but I also remembered that I have Destiny Bond. So I'm gonna click Destiny Bond because I forgot that I thought I had Psychic, not Psyshock, so that targets its defense. But I know that's gonna click Gyro Ball right here. Like I mentioned, Gardevoir is kind of extraneous, so I'm just gonna like, you know, I'm just gonna like trade it Gardevoir for Torkoal because it's a lot easier for like Incineroar to click buttons. It's a lot easier for Vish to click buttons. So yeah, like, kind of sucks that Gardevoir goes down, but also Torkoal goes down, which is amazing. So now I've got Mr. Vish, we can just do a ton of damage to everything. I've got Incineroar, which can also do a ton of damage to everything. And Gengar, which, if I live a hit from the Weavile, can just do a... Yeah, again, same thing. So, I just have to play this right, and I can actually come up with a win right here, which is amazing. This Weavile, though, Weavile is so annoying. I might be going for the Ice Shard right here. I don't know. I hope not. But yeah, it's Weavile and... what else? What else does it still have? But yeah, Ice Shard's coming through right here. No. Yeah, so Mr. Vish goes down. But it's okay. I still have Incineroar. I can get the Weavile to -1. And Incineroar is just like, ooh, you're looking really, really, really good for the rest of this game. Like, not gonna lie. Unfortunately, rocks are taking their toll. And I think the other last thing is the Caparaja, right? Yeah, it's the Caparaja. So, Earthquake and Flare Blitz are both, like, just running through the rest of my opponent's team. I should have gone for Earthquake, then I wouldn't have gotten the massive amount of recoil from Flare Blitz, whatever he's going into. So, Weavile is withdrawn. Caparaja goes in, and I don't think this lives a Flare Blitz. I really don't think this lives a Flare Blitz. Like, I'm max adamant, yeah, that's gone. But let's see, how much do I take from the recoil? Yeah, I'm gone too. Okay. So it's 1v1. It all comes down to this. I've got my Gigantamax Gengar with, even though Gigantamax Focus Blast is less powerful than regular Focus Blast, it's gonna take that thing out, like, no questions asked. So, yeah, I'm gonna click the button, I'm gonna click the other button, and I don't know why I'm thinking about this, like, yeah, just click the button, click all the buttons. So, I just need to, you know, I'm gonna be in Gigantamax form. I just have to live a hit from this Weavile. And Gengar is, like, you know, getting enormous, and it really just comes down to this. I just have to live a hit from this Weavile, and I'm gonna win. It's amazing. I didn't live the hit. Yeah. You know what? That's fine. So, good game to my opponent. Really close game. A lot of fun. My plays didn't make any sense at all whatsoever. But, yeah, good game. And, yeah, what else to say? Go look at everyone's channel and stuff. Like this video and all that jazz. Stay tuned for the next one. I think it's going to be the last week of the APA. And yeah, that was a fun game. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care now. Bye-bye.